What if I told you Canada just pulled the biggest economic power play in North America and Americans are losing billions because of it? This isn't a movie, it's happening right now. While Washington was busy playing tariff games, Ottawa quietly flipped the script and the US is feeling the burn.
China has slashed U.S. oil imports by 90% and is now buying record amounts of Canadian crude as trade tensions heat up. In March alone, China imported 7.3 million barrels of Canadian oil, thanks to the Trans Mountain pipeline expansion, while U.S. oil exports dropped from 29 million barrels a month to just 3 million. Amid Trump's 145% tariffs on Chinese goods and China's 125% retaliation, Canada's oil exports to China hit $1.75 billion.
There's still a strong buy Canadian movement across the province and country. Canadian alcohol sales at this Saskatoon liquor store are up 35%, while American sales have been slashed in half.
Right now, nobody's buying the American products.
A report released this month shows American spirits exports to Canada plunged 85% in the second quarter of this year. While Canada recently removed retaliatory tariffs on American spirits, U.S. liquor bans still exist in most provinces.
Well, it appears a majority of Quebecers are still boycotting American products. The latest numbers from Quebec's Retail Council show 85% of Quebecers are avoiding American items and 87% favor local products.
This is the U.S. departures area of Montreal's Trudeau Airport, which is particularly quiet at the height of summer. And one of the most visible signs Canadians are staying away. Traveling to the U.S. under Donald Trump can carry a lot of emotional baggage.
He created an atmosphere that's very hostile for us.
So it is a ghost town.
For many along John's Pass, business has been falling short.
It's the slowest year we've had since 2020.
This is Canada's economic revenge, and it's not just about pride. It's about payback. Welcome back to the channel. If you love global politics, economics, and stories that reveal what's really going on behind the headlines, you are in the right place. Today we are diving into how Canada turned Trump's tariff tantrum into a multi-billion-dollar blowback against the US. So grab your coffee, sit tight, because this one is juicy. When Trump decided to hit Canada with tariffs on everything from cars to aluminum, he thought he was protecting American jobs. But instead, he handed Canada a reason to fight back. And oh boy, did Canada fight back.
The United States can't subsidize a country for $200 billion a year. We don't need their cars. We don't need their energy. We don't need their lumber. We don't need anything that they give. We do it because we want to be helpful, but it comes a point when you just can't do that. You have to run your own country. And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over.
Canada launched 25% retaliatory tariffs on over 1,200 US products, from whiskey to washing machines. And Canadians said, you know what, forget your products, we'll buy Canadian. That single movement, that shift in mindset has now cost US companies billions.
Hey guys, these Fruit Loops made in Canada. These Frosted Flake made in USA.
We have breaking news. Trump's so-called manufacturing boom is dead. God damn! The economy just exposed him. 4 straight months of factory job losses.
Jesus Christ.
In August alone, 12,000 factory jobs vanished. Over the past 6 months, 80,000 jobs gone. That's not a boom, that's a body count. And it's the worst collapse since 2020. Damn! Trump swore tariffs would bring jobs back. Instead, Factories are shutting down, demand is collapsing, and 69% of U.S. manufacturing is now in contraction. That's 2/3 of America's factory economy flatlining.
What's going on here? John Deere freezes U.S. manufacturing in major shutdown? Huh? So it looks like John Deere has announced the shutdown of several U.S. plants, leading to significant job losses, especially in states like Iowa and Illinois. Really, John Deere? Instead, they're going to move production to Mexico.
Overnight, multiple farms in the state of Texas completely shut down. And the reason for this shutdown was because they have lost almost 100% of their workforce.
A Tyson's food processing plant now in Indiana, we've learned today, is set to close next year. This is all part of an effort there to cut costs.
America is facing a tourism crisis. We are set to lose $31 billion just in 2025 in tourism alone. But wait, it's getting worse. Did you know the government shutdown is what affects travel and the economy? We lost $3 billion a week, mostly in tourism, when the government was shut down in 2018. $3 billion a week in tourism. Travel canceled, money not spent. I want to remind you that Canadians spend $20 billion a year in the United States, and they are boycotting the USA. That would have created 140,000 jobs. Yes, tourism creates jobs. Tourism stimulates the economy. Tourism is #1 in Las Vegas. Many other states, tourism is a huge part of the economy. Trump is tanking tourism and the United States. Tell me I am wrong.
There are reports of tourism being down over 30% in the U.S. So where's the money coming from that we're supposed to be making America great again with? If companies are laying people off because of tariffs, people are losing jobs to the point where we're at about 7.2 million people out of work right now. I think there was almost 3 million unemployment claims filed in September. Where's the money supposed to come from for small businesses and these companies to continue functioning and running? If nobody's coming to the U.S. because of ICE and tariffs and insults from DJT to other countries, who's going to come and support this country? Because we don't have jobs to go to Walmart and all the big box stores. They're going to end up shutting down because nobody can afford to shop there. We can't afford homes or apartments, so complexes are going to go empty because there's nobody to live in them. We can't afford vehicles. We can't afford food. So where's the money going to come from our country? Like, to support this country, is this going to be MAGA and the elite paying for everything, taxation, infrastructure, maintenance? Is that what you guys want to do? Because that's what's going to happen, because nobody else has any money and nobody else can make money thanks to all the things that DJT put in place.
Posting on Truth Social October 1st, we've made so much money on tariffs that we are going to take a small portion of that money and help our farmers. I will never let our farmers down. John Bartman is skeptical.
Bailout's not going to do it. Bailout, unfortunately, we need the money.
Once you lose a customer like China, can you ever get them back?
I sincerely doubt it. Why would they?
Let's break it down. Canadian travel to the US down by over 23%. US exports to Canada in tariff categories plummeted by 43% in 1 month. Estimated US revenue loss over $3.8 billion in just 30 days. Even American liquor sales got hammered. Some Canadian provinces literally cleared US whiskey off their shelves. And tourism? Canadians used to be the #1 foreign spenders in states like Florida, Vermont, and New York. Now, empty beaches, empty restaurants, empty wallets. Florida alone is estimated to have lost nearly $3 billion in Canadian travel money. That's what happens when you call a country your 51st state and expect them to keep coming. US exporters are panicking, especially small and mid-sized businesses that depended on Canada. Steel plants are losing orders. Farmers are losing contracts. Even tech companies nearly face billions in new Canadian digital taxes before Ottawa paused it. It's like America woke up and realized their biggest customer just stopped buying. And here's the irony. Trump's so-called America First policy is ending up as America taxes itself into trouble. While Canada is out here diversifying, cutting new trade deals with Asia, Africa, and Europe, the US is losing grip on its biggest and most reliable partner. This isn't loud revenge, it's cold, calculated Canadian-style revenge. Canadians didn't throw tantrums, they just stopped spending in the US. They stopped buying US cars, they stopped crossing the border, they started spending locally. And quietly, that small shift started costing America billions. Because when 40 million Canadians move their wallets even just a little, the ripple hits 330 million Americans hard. Think about it. Americans' overdependence on Canadian energy, lumber, and minerals means if Canada even sneezes, the US supply chain catches a cold. Canada is quietly winning this trade war not by shouting, but by playing the long game. And it's not just the government, it's everyday Canadians standing up every day for their country. So what's next? Negotiations are still ongoing, but one thing is clear. Canada is no one's sidekick. When pushed, Canada can punch back quietly, smartly, and economically. This is not just a trade war anymore, it's an economic reawakening. And maybe, just maybe, America's biggest mistake was underestimating its nicest neighbor. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be reading everyone. And if you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe, share, because this story isn't over yet. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and as always, buy Canadian. So YouTube thinks you will like this video over here. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Au revoir.